Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend DG Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Parrott, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks Podcast.
Diggity dank.
Hello and welcome back to another week of the Nightwing news. That's right. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, it is.
Hello, I'm Kristen.
And for those of you who've been following along with me and Lilith, yes, this is another Armageddon 2001 crossover. This will be part 4, because tonight we're talking New Titans, annual number 7 from 1991. So we'll get into that and see if Kristen was completely lost.
Actually, I was a little, and then it all kind of clicked. Well, and then I realized how it tied in with other Titan stuff.
Oh yeah. That's the interesting.
I was a little lost with Monarch, and I was like, whatever. He's a bad dude. I don't care.
Yeah. Long story short, I mean, it's in the year 2030. Yeah, the world's ruled by Monarch, this mysterious figure in this suit of armor who used to be a superhero, but nobody knows which one. So,
do we find out at the end?
Yeah, oh, that's a convoluted mess. Yeah. Well, can
you tell me, or is that like spoiling the rest of the Armageddons?
No, I'll tell you. But
okay.
Yeah. So Matthew Ryder, goes back in time, becomes Wave Rider, and he basically goes to all these superheroes. Of course, he goes to Batman and Superman and a bunch of others, and just touches them, tries to read their possible futures to try to figure out. Okay, here's the convoluted part. Originally, because they had already canceled his series, originally Monarch was going to be Captain Atom.
Okay.
But Lilith was telling me, I guess there was some kind of was it a 900 number back then where it's
another 900 number? 900 numbers are bad ideas.
Yeah, well, pre-internet days. I don't know who ran it, but I guess they gave out supposedly they had the inside scoop on comic book stuff. And they figured out, if somehow they knew or figured out Captain Atom was Monarch before it was revealed. So
they spoiled it?
I guess so. DC was like, yeah, no, we can't have that. So they switched the ending. And you're gonna love this. You know who they switched Monarch to?
Who?
Hawk of Hawk and Dove. So Hank.
No. Yeah. I can kind of see it because Hank is kind of mean and angry.
But it's so weird because Lilith and I were doing the Hawk and Dove annual, although that might be coming up on the next part. Anyway, but yes, but yeah, they he read Hawk and Dove's future, and they actually literally battled Monarch. So everyone's like, oh well, that makes no sense. Again,
well,
he just read.
Wow, that is.
He read the timeline where it wasn't Hank as Monarch.
That's a wild ride.
I know. But yeah, it's interesting.
I would not have seen that coming.
Yeah,
mostly because I'm surprised that DC even remembered they had Hawk.
Well, Hawk and Dove had a book in 1991. They had a book, so.
Was it still the two guys? Was it still the brothers, or was Dawn invented yet?
Yeah, no, this was Dawn because I think
okay.
I think Hank's brother died in Crisis on Infinite Earths, I believe. So yeah.
Okay, that would kind of make sense.
Yeah. So I think this was the first book with him and her. Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting because we get to this Titans annual because a lot of the other ones, they brought stuff up, and a lot of it was some of it was touched on some of the books, it was never touched, the Batman stuff. I don't think he ever went back to any of that Batman stuff. But yeah, as you'll see in the Titan stuff, this is where we get the Team Titans from.
Yeah. Where'd that annual go? Oh, there it is, right in front of my face. Yeah, can we just talk about Can we just talk about Dick's awesome Apocalypse outfit? Those boots, oh my god, they're basically pants.
Those shoulder pads.
Yeah, they actually, I think they're more like epaulettes because they're on the outside and they're kind of military. But yes, those boots that are way thigh high, amazing.
He's got like a Captain America type shield.
To be honest, the aesthetic of late 80s, early 90s apocalyptic outfits is pretty badass and also kind of out of this world. It's sort of off the wall.
Oh my lord. I see what you did here, Marv. The title's 2001 A Titan's Odyssey.
Yeah. Marv's a smart guy. Boom.
You know, because yes, kids, these annuals were all from 1991. So of course they took place 10 years in the future, 2001.
I know, where we were not wearing clothes like that. A little bit sad.
And the only reason I put all of these on the schedule, much to a little chagrin, is because yes, not this week, but next week, The Flash comes back. Season 8 starts, and the first 5 episodes are like a little mini crossover. Yes, and the event is called Armageddon.
Oh, no, actually, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it works really well for Nightwing News because it's really mostly about Nightwing.
Oh yeah, that's why. Though I put this on here, I was like, okay, this works. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, this pretty much opens up. Yeah, Wave Riders are.
Yeah. So this is when. So I was thinking, I feel like if I read this one, it didn't really register in my brain. Because when Mirage first popped up, I was like, ew, what's that rapist doing in here? But this is her first appearance, isn't it?
I think so, yeah, because that's what I'm saying. This is where they come from, you know, from this alternate future.
Right, because then at the end, they get sent forward because that's when Total Chaos starts, is right after this. So yeah, so that part I understood as we got near the end, but the Total Chaos part is not really part of the Monarch stuff. That is like a Titan-specific thing that happens after. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Marv, like really did more than like any of the other annuals, where like you basically made it, you know, open. Not only was a part of this event for all these other annuals, but it opened up like a storyline for the actual Titans book. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually a very good. Yeah. But yeah, it's a good job of using an annual and like using the extra pages that you get with an annual, of using it effectively to not just be a part of the crossover, but to also build something for your own book.
Because a few of the other annuals, you could tell, I mean, they were still pretty good, but like some of the writers, it almost seems like they were like, okay, this is my obligation. I got to do this. But yeah, I mean, again, Marv wove this into the whole thing.
Also, I hadn't realized until I was just kind of scrolling through. Marv Wolfman wrote like almost all of the New Teen Titans and the New Titans, didn't he? I hadn't realized that he lasted like pretty much till the end.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, dang, he was writing this for over 10 years.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Back in the day, kids, I mean, they turn over, seems like they turn over writers these days. But yeah, I mean, back in the day, man, we got writers who would maybe stay a decade, you know. Yeah. Marv, I forget, did Mark Waid do 10 years on the Flash? I mean, Mark Waid did a lot of years on Flash. Peter David did like many years on the Hulk. I think he did at least 10 years.
Well, I mean, I guess the people who did the comics in the early days, I mean, they weren't really credited, but they were all like kind of doing it consistently. Now, I wonder why they move them around so much more nowadays.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if just for the numbers, you know, if there's like a certain number, and if you don't hit it, they're just like, okay, you got like, I swear they give them between like 5 and 12 issues, and then it's like, it seems like they turn a lot of people over.
Yeah, I mean, because Chuck Dixon got to write the same ones consistently for a while.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was writing Detective, Nightwing, and Robin. I think even Birds of Prey for how many years? At the same time.
Yeah, it seems like recently. Whatever.
But yeah.
Maybe it's a sign that DC's pay is crappy or something. I don't know.
Lilith will tell you they have plenty of issues over there. But Yeah, then we see Wave Rider coming in again. He's been testing all these other heroes, so he comes looking for the Titans, and then he finds Nightwing, and again touches him so he can read the future.
Well, he touches him, and he chains him up and touches him because, come on, what would be if you have if it's the new Teen Titans and you have an opportunity to chain Dick Grayson up and you don't? I mean, that's just loss. I mean, Marv's really good at chaining Dick Grayson up.
Yeah.
All those times with Brother Blood and stuff.
So what this?
So yes, Dick's chained up and he touches him, and boom, he's in 2001 with his amazing boots.
So the whole thing with again, the shoulder pads or some kind of armor. He has this shield. Again, he's literally throwing it around like Captain America. So is he armoring up a little more just because Dick he's older, he's lost a step or two maybe?
Yeah, well, and I think because it's 2001 and it's bad times.
Yeah.
But you notice, is this where they got the idea from? Because his hair wasn't that long yet. His hair, he didn't really get the long hair, did he, till he switches to the second Nightwing outfit. And he's still in the first one here. But you go to 2001 and he has.
Yeah, again, with some of the other books, it seemed like they were test driving some little plot points, and maybe they were like, let's try the long hair.
But yeah, I like how it's basically Disco Wing, but amped up.
Yeah,
as we know, I hate the second Nightwing outfit. I think it's gross.
I mean, he basically loses the collar, but yeah, gets those shoulder pads. And is he carrying a gun? There's something on a holster on his.
Yeah. 2001 is a little bit rougher.
I guess, yeah. So yeah, he's taking down these drugs.
They're drugging everybody.
Yeah.
They're drugging our food, unbeknownst to us. We become compliant. They're even trying to drug the air. This is dire.
Exactly. Oh my god. But he gets help first from Red Wing.
Great hockey team.
And over Marvel, the name of Falcon's bird, yes.
There are so many names in the world. How is it that everybody keeps using the same ones?
I don't know. Because it sounds cool. I don't know.
I guess.
So they go up to the roof, and then they're about to get arrested, I guess. Oh, is this Monarch's people?
No, it's Chaos's people, because that was the thing. Is it they're talking that what's the guy's name again? What Rider?
Oh,
Wave Rider? Yeah, he's talking about Monarch, but I think they're talking about, because Nightwing says they're destroying our population. Nobody has any will to resist chaos.
Yeah.
So I think they're more going after Chaos.
Because he's saying, come on, officers, chaos is pumping. I guess it's the drugs are called numbers. It's like, it's not like something you say, when you're talking to a little kid, oh, eat your numbers. Num, 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 num.
For me, I think it's kind of a Brave New World, how it's, people, people are drugged up.
So yeah, they look like they're gonna surrender, but then they set the place on fire, and then Red Wing flies Dick out of there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because isn't it Lord Chaos, and it turns out it was is that Donna's son or something?
Yeah. That's why they go back in time and try to kill Donna.
So yeah, we get all these new Titans like Red Wing, Kilowatt.
Vampire Dude, tell me when you're ready for page 15 to talk about the Batcave.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
The dinosaur lost its head, which is sad. But then also the case to Bruce, mentor and friend, love Dick. Although it'd be better if they said dad, but whatever. It's the 90s. I think DC has done a better job of Bruce as dad in more recent years.
I mean, I'm pretty sure like none of these annuals, like the futures they show, interact with each other, because I was like, in the detective annual, Bruce and Tim both die, but Alfred was still alive. So I would assume if this was that same future, Alfred would be there. But
he would have super glued that dinosaur head back on there for sure.
Exactly.
Pop would be like, we can't have this mess. Wait, so Tim wasn't in the Batman annual?
He was
because he was dead.
He was in no. He was in both annual. He was in the Batman annual and the Detective annual. They were like two different futures. Like the Batman annual was like, Batman was getting framed for like killing all his rogues and stuff, and then yeah, that one, Tim, he came back, but like Tim had like, was he in Congress? I think he was either a senator or a congressman. Yeah.
Oh wow.
But then in the Detective annual, yeah, after like Ra's al Ghul like messes up Batman, he has to like basically run around. Well, first he's like, oh, he's all broken, and he's like, oh, he's gonna give up. So Tim puts the suit on, Batman suit on, but then Tim gets killed in the Batman suit. So then Bruce puts on some like exoskeleton to
wait, and that's in Batman or Detective?
That's the Detective one, yeah.
That's Detective. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, you could read both, but I think the Detective one's a little better than the Batman one, yeah.
Wild. Yeah, well, I did kind of get the impression that this isn't necessarily the future.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're all like possible futures, because, like I said, none of them seem to interconnect. Like even the Batman and the Detective one don't have anything to do with each other. I think every time Wave Rider like tests somebody, it's like a different future. Yeah, because I mean, he went to Bruce twice. He went to Superman 3 times, because Superman had 3 annuals that year, and yeah, it was a different future every time. Yeah.
Wow. That's intense.
So yeah, the Titans are, I guess, their headquarters is in what's left of the Batcave.
Yeah, and so this is where I got a tiny bit confused. Is there Red Wing's brother and Prester John, or are they the same person?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too familiar with the Team Titans.
Okay.
This wasn't really my I wasn't reading Titans at this point.
Because she says something about her brother, and then Tara comes in, and then he's like, Prester John should be able to decipher it, which that made me excited, because Prester John is, of course, medieval.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to look up some of these. Come on, just looking for a list of like the members. Come on. We got Mirage, Terra, Red Wing, Knight Rider with a N, no K, Kilowatt, Prester John, and Battalion.
Yeah, Knight Rider's the vampire guy.
Yeah.
So which one's Battalion then?
Oh, he first appears in Team Titans #2 in November 1990. So he's not even there yet. So
okay, so Prester John and the like fiery ball are the same thing.
I clicked on his name. The first thing it says is Prester John is a DC Comics superhero and brother to Carrie Red Wing Levine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, I know why you might be confused. His abilities capable of mentally interfacing with computers, can stretch and shape body after gaining his new body. So right now he might not even have a body. He might just be interfaced with like a computer or something.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Because I was like, yeah, is he some sort of ball of fire? Well, maybe that's like an energy thing in the Batcave, and he's in the computer.
Okay. Of course. Their parents were scientists who worked at where else, kids? Star Labs.
Star Labs.
John's mother had been exposed to radiation before becoming pregnant with the twins. It may have been what caused the twins to be born as mutants with strange gifts. So yes, kids, they're X-Men. Yeah. They joined the underground and became members of Team Titans. During a skirmish, John was forced to merge with a computer, abandoning his physical body, which was in turn destroyed. Now without a body, Prester John lived within the computer circuitry. This enabled him to interface with the other Team Titans members via wrist bracelets, keeping the team appraised of each other's activities and assisting as his computer interface abilities allowed him. So yeah, so
wild.
Yeah, I'm just reading ahead here. Okay, yeah. So yeah, he doesn't get his body back till they go back in time. Because
A lot of time travel in this.
Yeah, when they go back to the past, yeah, they meet up with they will encounter Technus, which helps save Vic Stone's life. So the Technus granted Prester John a new body. This body was based on John's old one, but was an artificial construct. So yeah, so
wow.
I would assume that's in the team. After they go back, was it 1992? They get their own series. So yeah, I just saw it was like 24 issues or something. So
I'm kind of surprised it lasted for 24 issues.
It was the 90s, man. They were getting everybody like early 90s. They were getting everybody a book.
I would just like to note the epic 90s-ness of Knight Rider's outfit right there. In that top panel. That is some classic 90s. Amazing. Yeah, and then a different Terra comes in.
Oh, yeah. This one, yeah. Good. So then, again, you know this has to be like a different timeline because, in our timeline, Terra was killed.
Mm-hmm.
Like way before this.
Right, yeah.
So she still seems pretty young, doesn't she? So what, in this timeline, was she born later? Again,
I don't know. Seems someone different. Who knows?
Superhero comics, yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
But yeah, Terra brings something back, but it's in code, but Prester John can read it.
That's right.
And
then it looks like somehow they're going to the Grand Canyon to fight with Chaos.
Yeah, it's so weird because it's like, I mean, I guess not everybody came in the contact with Monarch, but I'm like, it's like it's so weird because it's like this has nothing to do with Monarch. But I guess because it is set in the year 2001, basically. So I mean, it's a good issue, especially for Nightwing. But yeah, I mean, you're not going to miss a lot if you don't read this on your Armageddon 2001 list, kids.
Even though the guy's coming from 2030, is 2001? Is this like when Monarch is just getting started? Is that why?
Yeah, that's in 2001. Yeah, he comes back from 2030 because Monarch's already been in control for years. And I guess in 2001, they say that's when whoever Monarch was kills all the other superheroes and becomes Monarch. So.
Oh, okay. So he's coming farther back in the past to try to find out who it is so that he can. Okay.
Because Wave Rider's even like, he's like, some of them, it doesn't seem like he's doing it with all of them, but in some of the annuals, he's like, he almost like makes his hand intangible and puts it like through somebody's chest. And he's like, oh, if I see this person's Monarch, I'm going to like, just like crush their heart or whatever. And, keep them from becoming Monarch.
Dang.
Yeah.
It's pretty intense.
So, yeah. And then the thing, I guess, Dick's, would you say he's obsessed because I guess he's like, oh, I haven't seen the Titans in 10 years, but I know they're alive. Corey and the others are alive out there somewhere. So I guess he thinks they're being held prisoner.
I don't know. Maybe he can sense that he's in an alternate timeline and that they're out there in a different timeline.
I think this is the Nightwing of this time. I don't know. This is confusing. I just don't think he just doesn't want to give up on them.
Yeah, well, makes sense. And yeah, it is kind of weird how there's some sort of other leader out there that won't tell them about, like, won't let them know if there's other teams out there who are also alive. That was a little weird.
Yeah. So, I mean, and this whole, maybe they were close in this timeline, but I don't know. That kind of makes Mirage seem even more creepy when she goes back and rapes Dick, because it's like, he was like older here. It's like, oh, hey, I remember you as an old man, boy. Now I'm attracted to you. You know, it's like,
yeah, it was super messed up. It was most particularly messed up how badly they dealt with it in the 90s. Like, she had sex with him under false pretenses. Like, she pretended to be Corey, and then people blamed him. I'm like, what the heck?
I know. It's like, really?
Yeah, I mean, I can't say, I mean, it was the early 90s. I can't say I'm surprised that that's how they dealt with it. I feel like it's a good sign of how far we've come as a culture that we go back and read that and think, what the F? As Ray would say.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
what the F?
Yeah, again, it's the early 90s, so they were just like, you know, it's like, oh, a guy can't be a rape victim, you know.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
Like, untrue. Yes.
Yeah, untrue.
Yeah,
I mean, the whole thing, even, it's because it's like, I was reading ahead some Dark Stars, because, you know, Donna becomes a Dark Star eventually, in like 1994, and like, I just got to the issue because we're doing it for our Green Lantern podcast, where like Corey comes to Dawn and is like, oh, can you give me a ride home to Tamaran? So she's just like leaving. She's like, yeah, I'm going back to Tamaran.
Is that like right after she leaves the Titans, kind of?
Yeah, it's like right after her and Dick leave the Titans. Yeah, it's like right around the time Dick's going back to the Bat books. Yeah, you know, because they can't be together if he's in the Batman books.
Yeah, well, and then was Corey kind of gone for a while? Or was she still, like, was she out of some books for a little while?
It might have been. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm reading some of the stuff I haven't read before, but it's like, yeah, but I think if not before, she comes back for that, like when Devin started that Titans series. So what was that, like 98 or something? So
yeah, that's true. So she wouldn't have been gone that long.
So yeah,
makes sense.
So they storm this compound. I guess, like you said, I guess it's at the Grand Canyon. Man, I want to know where Dick got this shield, man.
I want to know where he got those boots.
So does this whole complex like take off into the air?
Yeah, because magic.
Yeah, this thing's trippy, kids.
You know it.
But yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe it's just the Marvel fan in me. But yeah, it's just like Dick using this shield just like keeps giving me like Captain America vibes. I mean, unless that's what Marv was channeling, because I mean, there was before this. I mean, Marv had written some Marvel stuff. I know he was on Spider-Man for a while. Maybe he wanted to write Captain America and they get a chance. Yeah, so Dick has that holster. Do we ever? I mean, and you kind of see him holding a gun, sorta, on the cover. But do we ever see him use that gun?
I don't think so.
I don't think. I was gonna say we don't see him really use it. So I mean, that could even just be like, couldn't that be like a grapple gun or something?
Yeah. It's close on me. But yeah, there's like lots of fighting and blah blah blah.
Again, like I said, it's like really you're not getting a lot of you're really not getting Monarch in this. So the Armageddon 2001 fans, you really wouldn't miss much if you skip this one. But I mean, it's a decent story, and again, it's like a lot of setup for what Marv's doing next in the
yeah, it's a very good setup for, like I said, this amazing apocalyptic outfit. It's rocking.
I mean, I think he did a good job considering, this thing had two purposes, to, fit into the Armageddon 2001 crossover and start up that, that Total Chaos arc.
But yeah, a lot of it is fighting, which is fine, but I feel like
Yeah.
I don't have a ton of stuff to say about the fighting other than like, yeah, they're fighting.
Again, I just assumed it's in the middle of this crossover. The Marv really didn't go into detail.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying I feel like I don't know how to evaluate comic book fights very well. I'm just like, yeah, they're fighting. Okay.
I mean, I think it's pretty much a 90s fight, lots of explosions.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, okay, so I went to page 39 when I was like fighting. When Dick's trying to talk to that weird leader dude.
Yeah.
And about the T-Jets. And he's like, can you tell me about the other teams? And he says no. And yeah, then Mirage is like, you're not happy with his answers. And he's like, the woman I loved is gone, that all my friends are dead. No, Miri, I can't accept that. I won't make myself believe that. Yeah, and then she's like, why not? You're with us now, Dick. You're with one of us. Aren't I? We enough? And he's like, Miri, you know I. And so, yeah, it is a little bit weird.
That's what I'm saying. So are they kind of together or no?
No, I don't think so. She wants to be together.
Yeah,
but he's still in love with Corey.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that, like reading this, I think that's why Mirage is kind of behaves so sketchily when they go to the past, is because she wants to be with Dick and she sees Corey and she like wants to break him up with Corey or whatever.
Yeah.
So then they go back to New York and he's saying, we haven't been back here since the city banned us in 91, and Titan's Island has been turned into Chaos's headquarters.
Yeah, so again, it's kind of continues.
And then I feel like, you skip ahead and they get there, and as soon as you see Lord Chaos on page 43, you're like, oh my god, he has to be Donna's son, because his outfit looks like Donna's second or her first Troy outfit, like the one she starts wearing, like that's the same cloth and kind of the same.
Yeah, like that cape thing is kind of like, it's got the
and kind of like similar shoes.
Yeah.
As soon as you're like, oh my god, he looks like and he's talking about, he's like, all right, your friends were tortured to death, but my mom escaped. She was pregnant. And then it's like, you couldn't be Donna's son. And then here, I love this part that he's like describing how he was born. He was so powerful. And then on page 47, I was a true Titan, as my mother should have been. Perhaps she was jealous. Perhaps that's why she fought me when upon birth I aged myself instantly from infant to adult.
Well, that's on page 45. On page 45, when he's saying she escaped and she learned she was pregnant, she had become so on a trip to Greece. So are we saying, so I don't think Terry's his father. So are we saying one of the gods impregnated her? That's where he gets all his power?
Yeah, I guess it must be. Great. Now Donna was...
Yeah, I'm trying to remember Total Chaos. I mean, I read a few of those. I'm trying to remember. I think Terry... Yeah, I don't think Terry was his father, maybe.
Yeah, so, it's been a while.
Well, again, remember the Arrow run, it could be another rape,
Yeah. Well, I mean, and if you're dealing with the Greek gods, that's really honestly not that.
Yeah, that's not that out of the question, yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah.
But I guess Lord Chaos doesn't know who the big leader of the Titans is.
Yeah, I just couldn't when he was like, I instantly aged myself from infant to adult. Like, whatever, dude. Yeah, and then he has alien henchmen.
Oh yeah. So yeah, Dick's like kind of still in shock, and he's fighting.
Well, Dick does have some like ray gun. We do see it near the end.
Oh yeah.
Raise it at that one alien guy. And he goes splack. So
Yeah, and then they got like Prester John like creating feedback through the whole place. But yeah, they're like, oh, we can call it off. And Dick's like, no. Dick still, I mean, even though Chaos said all the other Titans are dead, Dick's like, no, I'm not leaving till I find the others.
yeah.
Yeah, I might have to see now. I might have to read some of this Titan stuff around this time because I wonder. I mean, again, a lot of the rest of this team came back in time, but I don't think we ever see old Dick again, do we? Or I don't know.
No, unless does he become Deathwing? Because isn't there like a one where Deathwing pops up?
There is a Deathwing. I don't know if it's him or not. So I wonder if he just goes nuts or something when he finds out the others are dead or something.
Yeah, it's like maybe my time as a Titan is over. My life ended with the others. I love them so much, but this was good. Wave Rider. He's not Monarch. Dick Grayson's resolve is far too strong to ever be darkened. Boom. So then he's just like, bye, Nightwing.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of how they all end. It's like, okay, he's not Monarch,
okay.
so I'm off to my next. Yeah.
And then that's at the end where that guy. So yeah, is he secretly a bad guy, the leader? And he says, Donna Troy must die. That's how it ends.
Yeah. Because it's like, hey, if Donna Troy dies, then she can't have, Lord Chaos.
Yeah, then on the cover of 80, which comes next, yeah, it's just Dick's not on it. Yeah. But it does start with Wave Rider again.
I realized that. Let me open that up. Yeah, I didn't even look at that. Oh yeah, yeah, because they're probably telling you, hey, if you want to see the first, I think it's more like, hey, if you want to see the first part of this, check out the annual.
Yeah.
So yeah, kids. So yeah, this is actually one of the this might be the only one that continues somewhere other than Armageddon in 2001. So all right. All right. I knew I kind of threw you in the deep end, but all right. Overall, what did you think, especially with that ending? It's like, oh, Dick Grayson's resolve. He'll never become Monarch.
I mean, I like that. Yeah, I thought it was fine. I mean, like I could figure it out. It actually wasn't that hard to figure out.
And like I said, with the overall plot of Armageddon 2001, really didn't have to worry about it in this issue. So
yeah,
kind of went its own way. Yeah, the only thing really could have tied it in was Wave Rider.
Yeah, so true.
And that was in 2001. That far off future.
Yup, and so they're talking. But yeah, we'll have to wonder. We'll figure out. But yeah, now in the 78, it's like old Dick is gone. Like I don't know if he retired immediately after the end of that one, or if it was like some sort of alternate future kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, yeah. I mean, unless he does become Deathwing, I might have to do some research.
Well, then Chaos is explaining about how like he destroyed the Titans because they tried to protect his mother from him. Oh. Yeah, and then you get a lot of the new Titans, and then boom, they end up in 1991.
So yeah, kids. I mean,
so you actually don't see much of the regular new Titans in that next one. In 80, but then
Sorry, I was just looking up Deathwing. Oh no, he wasn't that. Deathwing wasn't that dick.
Okay.
He just thought he was. It says Deathwing was a youth from the 90s recruited by Time Trapper to serve as a sleeper agent against Extant. He was sent to the future of Lord Chaos with implanted memories that he was Dick Grayson Nightwing.
Oh, so he isn't even like a bad version of Dick Grayson? He's not a version of Dick Grayson at all?
Oh, or is this? Oh, or maybe the one we saw in this issue might have been the guy who becomes Deathwing. He supervised and helped train several teams of superpowered teens, the Team Titans, and had a relationship with Mirage. He eventually came back in time and briefly joined the Team Titans before he was ambushed by Raven. She corrupted him and he became her helper under the name Deathwing. When he was reunited with his former lover Mirage, he brutally raped her. She gave birth to his daughter, Julian.
What? What are these in?
Let me see if there's any. Is there any footnotes here? So after she rapes our Dick, so what? So Deathwing.
But so Deathwing is not actually Dick Grayson, though?
No, I guess he was just some guy that he was given
Some guy that they made think was Dick Grayson.
Yeah, they basically gave him Dick's memories, I guess. I mean, unless the original plan was he was Dick, and maybe people just like were ready to riot, and they're like, no, he's not Dick. He's he's just the guy who got used by a villain and who thought he was Dick.
Right. Okay. Wild.
Yeah. I mean, that whole thing with Deathwing and Raven, I mean, didn't they both show up to the wedding in 100?
Yeah, I think so. It takes a little while. It takes a little while to get to Total Chaos, though. Total Chaos Part 2 isn't until New Titans 90.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's a dark time for him, but would you ever want to do that New Titans 100?
Yeah, sure. I've read it before.
Yeah, I have it. I'll just again, kids, got to remember the bad and the good.
Indeed.
DC Comics. If you forget the past, you're doomed to repeat it. All right. So, anything else on this?
I think that's it.
Boy, the more we look into this thing, the more convoluted it gets.
I know. It's time to stop. Stop.
That's not these comics, man. DC and Marvel, man, they had some convoluted stuff in the 90s.
It's becoming too much.
Don't even get me in the Teen Iron Man, kids. We'll be here all night.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna.
It was time travel. Then they had to fix the whole thing. Yeah, dude.
Shut my mouth.
But anyone who read it, you know what I'm talking about. The crossing story, yes. Even the people who worked on it are like, oh, I don't know what was going on there. All right. So I was just pulling up the schedule here. Where are we at? Here we go. All right. So next week, kids, first of all, I believe the new issue of Nightwing is out next week. So we'll cover the new issue of Nightwing.
All right.
Along with Detective Comics 864 and 865. Again, it's Dick as Batman issues. So.
All right.
And then in
so that'll be the third Fear State one, right?
Yes.
All right. So that'll be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because November, I think, was the last. Yeah. So this should be the final Fear State one. So.
All right. 864 and 65.
Yeah. You know, I always send it to you. But all right. Yes. And then in 2 weeks.
I'm just repeating it for all our listeners.
Okay. And then in 2 weeks, Batman 700 and Detective Comics 866. I'm trying to remember if they both are. I know at least the Batman 700 is an oversized. But again, Dick is Batman. So. And then.
Oversized Batman.
Yes. Oh, this works out good. Okay. And then in 3 weeks, that's when we're going to cover the Red Robin number 13 we were talking about before. Okay. Plus, I believe that's the week the annual comes out. So.
It'll be a festival of brothers.
I know. So yeah, we'll have Tim and Red Robin, and then we'll have Dick and Jason in the new annual. So
Nice.
and then again, there's only like 2 more episodes after that for the year, kids.
Wow, 2021 is fast ending. Thank God.
Yes.
It hasn't been quite as boo as 2020, but I really had higher hopes for 2021, and it did not live up to them.
Hey, we have a Christmas and yeah, the next to last one is a Christmas episode, Nightwing 64. It's a Christmas story, so.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Warms the heart.
That's right. All right, kids. So yes, send your thoughts on all of it. Send it on the Armageddon 2001. Again, in the next part of Armageddon 2001, part 5, you can catch it. We kind of recorded these out of order, but yes, the next part will be on We Are the Night, the Batman podcast, episode 52 from Detective Comics, annual number 4, which I already spoiled. So yes, so jump over there next. Again, it's like a 30-year-old story. Sorry, I'm giving you spoilers.
Oh my God, it is 30 years old. Ah!
Spoilers on a 30. I know, that's what every time we like talk about the 90s, Lil goes, oh my God, the 90s weren't 10 years ago.
Man, they weren't.
You. All right. You. All right, kids. So yeah, send your thoughts on everything and the upcoming stuff, the new issues. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can follow Nightwing News on Facebook, on Twitter. Go join the Bloodhaven Bulletin, our Facebook fan group. Find links to all the various social medias for all the shows we do on the Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks. You can please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Again, every episode has its own video. And most importantly, if you're going to subscribe, please subscribe to the Patreon. We don't work for Monarch or Lord Chaos or anyone anymore. So, again, we're all paying for this on our own. So, any little thing.
I won't work for Lord Chaos anyway. He's a jerk.
Exactly. He eats himself up. Can contribute as little as $1, but if you contribute 3 or 5, you get exclusive episodes, creator interviews. Once a month, you get your DG Chichester chat with Mr. DG Chichester himself, who wrote a bunch of comics. I would say most famously the Daredevil stuff. So, yes.
Red Batman.
Exactly. Yes. So, subscribe now. Get your monthly Chichester chats.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
That's right. So, links to that or links to merchandise, all of it, all in one place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And again, if you care for the rest of us and just want to support Kristen and Nightwing Cat, go pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. It's on Amazon. Again, I highly recommend this for all fans of this show. Learn all about all eras of Dick Grayson. Don't judge her for holding a cat's butt while I say that.
I'm trying to prevent you from seeing it on that.
All right, kids, let's get out of here. This thing is degenerated into utter chaos. Deathwing, cat butts.
Total chaos, film.
Chaos, nice. We might have to do Total Chaos at some point just to follow up on this one.
No, if we had known, we could have done it in 2020. That year was total chaos.
True. All right, kids. So yeah, next week, new issue and Detective 864, 865. So yes, remember, kids, 2 new issues this month: the regular issue and the annual. Good time to be a Nightwing fan. All right. Come back next time, and remember, join us same wing time,
Same Wing Channel.
the Nightwing News, the year 2001.